Welcome back to GA Fan TV. So St Eunans 111, Naomh Conaill 4 points in the Donegal Senior Football Championship final. St Eunans have won their first Donegal Senior Football Championship since 2014. I'm here with Patrick Sharkey from GA's own media for this match reaction. Patrick, in the end, we were just having a little chat off air there. Fairly one-sided game in the end, from what I've seen anyway, in terms of St Eunans. But what was your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, the first half it was slow. That's one way of saying it. Obviously. Um, but yeah. After the second half, it just Eunans came out and they put in their guys like, and the red cards came at a time when St Eunans already had it wrapped up. Like so, that was a pretty straightforward one for St Eunans. I didn't think it would be. I thought like Naomh Conaill have been good in the past. They were going for their third consecutive county title, but no, no, just Eunans were just a cut above. And I always knew, like, we always knew St Eunans were a young team. It was always a case of when rather than if they were going to win a county title. But I always thought, they were going to do it in a bit more close knit fashion. But if you look at the age range of a lot of their team, like, they'll be dominant for maybe the next 10 to 15 years, probably, in Donegal, like, just with the way it is. But yeah.
Yeah, because I suppose you have a trio of O'Donnells in there as well, like Shane O'Donnell, Niall O'Donnell, Conor O'Donnell, and Shane O'Donnell. He looks very good as well. Like I clocked 2 points from him, got a late point as well. Like he was in top class form, and I believe he's the youngest of the brothers as well. So like plenty of, I suppose, expectation for him. Maybe even with the Donegal county team, maybe in the future as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it there. And the expectation quite clearly is that all three of them will be county stars, like. But after that, there, like, and heavy enough St Eunans thing there, so definitely a good one there. And it's definitely good for Rory Kavanagh, his first ever season managing St Eunans. He retired as a player last year, obviously a legend with Donegal, winning the All Ireland 2012. To go and do that there. So it's good for a lot of people there. So I think it's it's a fresh kind of a one for them. And like people will say it there, but like St Eunan's obviously being Letterkenny, which is the biggest town in Donegal population wise. Even though there is two clubs in Letterkenny, they just seem to be the more, but still well worked, and it's good to see it. But I also want to say, I have nothing against Naomh Conaill, but in the lead up to it, they were refusing to speak to media and everything, and it was all just about kind of like they had something to hide, but they clearly, what were they hiding? Were they hiding that maybe that they were afraid or something? Because it just there, like. But St Eunans, whatever, spoke to the media and everything and got their one. But look, it's a win, and it's a one nonetheless. And yeah, we're quite happy with that there.
Yeah, seems to be always a bit of controversy around Naomh Conaill, even going back to the 2020 final and then the semi-final against Kilcar as well, like when McBurty got that late goal. So like they seem to be in the wars, and they probably didn't help themselves. I wasn't aware they didn't speak to the media, but yeah, like not speaking
Yeah.
with the media is a little bit strange. I understand maybe you want to, you don't want to give away tactics, all the rest, or anything like that, but we see this all the time. Like there's definitely ways around it, so a little bit bizarre.
Yeah, very, 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 like, but look, it's definitely a good sign of it. But look, you need to remember, that after Guy winning it the Ulster in 2018, and then Naomh Conaill getting to the final in 2019, obviously there was no Ulster Championship in 2020, and we haven't even got our 2020 championship sorted. But
Yeah.
there's an expectation, maybe in Eunans to make some kind of an impact in Ulster. But we all see, they'll have to play Waddy Graham's, who are the Derry champions, winning it for the first ever time in their history there today. They'll have to play them in the game there in 2 weeks' time, I believe. But yeah, so it's definitely not going to be an easy one there. But yeah, so right there, like, but look, it's not going to be their first county championship with this crop of players. We're definitely not for Rory Kavanagh, but after the way they brushed aside Naomh Conaill, there comes a bit of expectations about them. And, Waddy Graham's rushing slot Neil, today, you could say probably it might even be the Ulster final, but, they like Scottstown and Kilcoo as well are there for the taking.
Yeah, there's plenty of talent all across the board in Ulster, no doubt about that. But like, was the expectation coming into the Donegal Senior Football Championship that St Eunans could go on and win the title this year? Like, I wouldn't have watched too many Donegal games. I might have seen a bit of highlights here and there, but obviously this probably would have been the first game I actually watched in the Donegal Senior Football Championship this year. So were they always expected to go on and win the final? Like, were they one of the favourites coming into it, or is this a bit of a shock?
No, because but they've never been like, it was never like other teams either. But there's always been for about last few years there's been a sort of an unbreakable top four of St Eunans, Gweedore, Kilcar, and Naomh Conaill, and obviously out there, like, so they're definitely an ambitious team, like, so no, they definitely have it in them, like, there, but they've definitely moved to the top of the tree in Donegal now, and I don't think they'll be as easy to take down as Gweedore and Naomh Conaill, just simply due to the age profile, and that's it, like, in the teams they have coming through, like, we always have Sean Patton, who is a fantastic goalkeeper, but he is working as a guard in Meath in Navan and County Meath. So if he transfers club, something that might be the only probably weakness to them in the future, but that's about it. Like, so there's definitely that there, but yeah, I'm delighted for them. St Eunans, and no, they've always had a lot of resources. When I was at underage blitzes at the time, there were some teams that couldn't even struggle to field the team, for under 12s games where you had like 9 aside, but then St Eunans were coming there 5 or 6 teams, but it just was the way it all happened there. But look, there, and yeah, but they also have become the first team since 1972 to do the double in Donegal, winning both a hurling and football championship. But that was, and they done it themselves in 1972 as well. So, it's obviously a good run there, like, and they have that there, and there is a few dual players between the teams, including Niall O'Donnell. So, be certainly a good buzz for the GA and Naomh Conaill, and it's good to see that maybe and a county that's not really big for its dual stars. That we have moments like these. Yeah.
Yeah, and I suppose for Naomh Conaill, like, I mean, like, as I said before, I haven't seen too much of them, in terms of the Donegal Championship. But obviously, like what you said, like, they were in the 2020 final last year, won that final, won the 2019 final. They're in the final again this year. They beat Kilcar in the semi-finals. But, like, their performance out there just didn't seem anywhere near up to scratch. And like you said, 2 red cards, one of them the most obvious red card ever. Charles McGuinness was, it just so happened to be that the cameras were on him when he gave out that elbow. But like, in general, like they look like they've far more quality. Like, Kieran Thompson's a very good footballer, and he didn't seem to get enough of the ball, and they just didn't seem to really, like, even when St Eunans started to chalk over the scoreboard and build up a bit of a lead, they never really changed that. They just seemed content with losing the game. They didn't seem like they were going to do anything different, and it looked like the game just got away from them, and there was no real sense of fight really at all.
Yeah, that's what it's like, but I guess money of the Naomh Conaill lads, but I guess it was quite obvious to see which club Jim McGuinness came from there. You could, it's obvious to see he is a Naomh Conaill man, just the way they play. They definitely have his template in place, like, but and I've no doubt behind the scenes he gives them help, like, but it just, yeah, I don't know, like, maybe it's just the idea, maybe Eunans and hunger, that's it. They both had good footballers. There was your Kieran Thompsons, your Leo McClunes, and many others. But they just, Eunans just showed a more of a sense of hunger, but there isn't that many lads left from the 2014 team. Most of those lads, would have been playing against me at under 12s back in 2014. Like, so, it's just the way it goes, like, but so I think it's just I guess the idea, of wanting to get there, while for Naomh Conaill, they've been there before and they just might not have that appetite. I've no doubt, they really want it, but kind of Eunans, it's for the first time, so I think they're just as a slight bit more ambition. Like, and I'm not saying that there, like, because I think someday Eunans could lose a county final to maybe a young Naomh Conaill team, and the cycle could repeat itself. But that's just the way it is.
Who was your man of the match then on the day? I suppose a lot of contenders, a lot of good scorers on the day. The O'Donnells, McGeehan was fairly decent as well. He got a goal in the first half. So who would be your man of the match on the day?
Yeah, Shane O'Donnell got it deservedly so in TG Carr, but for me, I'd slightly edge it to McGeehan. Looked really good, really strong presence. Every ball he got, made a positive impact. He didn't really have that there, and didn't look out of place. And he could definitely be an option for Declan Boner next year. So I would definitely give it there, and he definitely proved to be a good presence in the team, and yeah, definitely an asset there. So no, it would have to be. Yeah, I would give it to McGeehan.
And I suppose lastly then for St Eunans going into the Ulster Championship and the All-Ireland scene, like we've seen Ulster sides go on runs before, like Kilcoo, like we said, they went all the way to the final, nearly stopped Corofin, and like you said, big shock in the Derry Senior Football Championship today with Slot Neil getting knocked out in the final. So I mean, there might be an opportunity there maybe for St Eunans. I mean, look, listen, whoever comes through Tyrone as well is probably going to be a serious contender, no doubt about that. But like, it'd be interesting to keep an eye on them now.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the way it's gonna be. But obviously Donegal and Tyrone, a Donegal or Tyrone team has never won an All Ireland club championship. I know it's only been there about 50 years, but for all that there, and obviously it's obvious, to see why, but that's the way it is, and yeah, it is a good opportunity for St Eunans. It really is, but for most of them, it's maybe is that there, but you look at Gidor when they won in 2018, they didn't get out of the Donegal group stages of the senior championships for 7 years, and they even dropped intermediate at a time. But then they came out, out of nowhere in 2018 and went and won an Ulster, so they could definitely hope for that there kind of success. So I think it's gonna be that kind of a one. But if I had to pick an Ulster champion this year, I'm gonna go with Scottstown in County Monaghan. I just think they've been there so many times before, and they've been so close and everything, and they definitely put it up to them. And I think either of those teams, and I think I don't know if this is true, but I believe the winner of Waddy Graham's and St Eunans, and I think St Eunans will probably beat Waddy Graham's, but I think they'll go and meet Scottstown, and probably the run will probably end there. But that's the way it is there. So that's what I have to say it there. And that there.
Yeah, I suppose like it with Scottstown with players like Rory Began and Conor McCarthy and whatnot, that's a great shout. Like they could definitely they might be the team that could easily go on and win the Ulster Championship, no doubt about that. I suppose for your own podcast, GA's Own Media, where can people find you if they're looking to I suppose find you? And so I know you do a lot of match reports on your own website as well. So where can people locate you?
Yeah, just look up GZone Spotify. We're on all social medias. I'll get the gzone.com renewed, but wordpress.gzone.com. But we're just at the minute, being university, I don't want too many restrictions, but maybe there is like a month break in between the first and second semester, so I would like to get a podcast or some kind of content out there for people to get there, or maybe I don't know, maybe a preview for the leagues, maybe a review, or maybe just a recap of 2021 in general, or something along those lines, and some interviews, but definitely out there, and I'll get back to posting a lot more consistently. But yeah, I'm absolutely out there, and I hope many of the viewers enjoy watching it. And yeah, so good one there, and hopefully that there. So yeah,
perfect, Patrick. Anyway, cheers for coming on.
Thank you.